वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्ण। So, welcome to today's Bhakti Vaibhava class, where we are going to discuss third canto, 28 chapters, remaining slokas. Also, we'll start 29th chapter. So, chalo. What is going on? Oh. Mm. Mm. एवं हरौ भगवती प्रतिलब्धभावो भक्त्या द्रवधृत्य भक्त्या द्रवधृदय उत्पुलकः प्रमोदात् औत्कण्ठ्यभाष्पकलया मुहुरर्धमानास् तच्चापि चित्तबडिशं शनकैर्वियुङ्क्ते. What is said in 34th sloka? By following this course, the yogi gradually develops pure love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari. In the course of his progress in devotional service, the hairs on his body stand erect through excessive joy, and he is constantly bathed in a stream of tears, occasioned by intense love. Gradually, even the mind, which he used as means to attract the Lord, has Body is asking rest. Body is asking rest. But students are asking class. What should I do? Huh? Students. Students are asking rest, body. Sorry, class, body is asking rest. Ah. What happened after meditating on the various limbs of the Lord? What happened? Tell me. What happened after meditating on the various limbs of the Lord? Into that yogi. That yogi is there and he was meditating for various limbs of the Lord, limb by limb. And finally, what happened? Finally, what happened to him? Hmm? Finally, what happened? Prabhu, I want hot water. थोड़ा light नहीं है. You can keep water in sunlight. Make hot. नहीं कोई problem. It's okay. So, what will happen if we focus, if you meditate on the various limbs of the Lord? Finally, what will happen? गरम जल लाएंगे, गरम जोल.
So after this kind of meditation, so his mind will be completely pure,
Yes.
and he will be situated in the true position, which is beyond happiness and any kind of distress, material happiness and distress. And finally, he will be in actually that state is that is liberated state where there is only the pure Jivatma is there, and there is no avidya. So then that Jivatma will be liberated.
Akshay Hari.
Oh, thank you, Bro. Never. True. By gradually meditating on the limbs of the Lord, he develops love for the Godhead,
Yes.
and the symptoms of love are mentioned, and mentioned that as the mind, which is used to meditate different limbs, is freed from the material contaminations and fixed in the devotion.
Yes. Okay. Good. I will not sit. I will feeling sleepy. Full class standing. So stuck हो गए. After meditation, after meditating on Lord, through limb by limb. After meditating on the Lord through limb by limb. So what he's developing, what is happening to him? So evam haro bhagavate pratilabdha bhavo bhaktya dravad hrudaya. One is what? Heart is melted. Next, what else happened? Anu utpulkaha pramodat. So his heart is melted because of the devotional service, and also hair on his body stand erect through excessive joy. So hair on his body stand on its end, on their end. Next, what else is happening? Outkantya bhashpa kalaya. That means getting the tears. Getting the tears. This also happening. And muhurardhamana. So of course, so he is enjoying the so much. By meditating on the Lord, so limb by limb, he is enjoying, and he is desiring that joy again and again. So, but tacha api still, even, that means he is liking this. That yogi is liking this pleasure, is happy by meditating on the limb. So what kind of bhakti this is? Meditating on the on the Lord. So through limb by limb, this is what? Third anga of bhakti. That is, what is the third anga? Smaranam. Vishnu Smaranam. This is Smaranam actually. This kind of bhakti that yogi is doing. Yogi is doing the Smarana Rupa Bhakti. Good. So he is doing the Smarana Rupa Bhakti, and so he got such a result. His heart is melted and he is so happy actually. So, and also he likes that happiness. But so then what happened to him? This yogi is enjoying that. He is standing in and he is progressing that, and he is developing the love for the Lord. What is happening to him then? Then after that, what? What next? What next? What next after this? That is said in the last line. Chitta badisham shanaihi viyungte. Chitta badisham shanaihi viyungte. Chitta badisham shanaihi viyungte. Viyungte. What it mean? He is releasing. Viyungte means withdrawing. He is withdrawing his mind slowly from meditating on the Lord. He withdraws that mind slowly from meditating on the Lord. He is withdrawing. Why he is withdrawing? He should enjoy. He is also getting happiness, but he is not becoming sticking to that. He's withdrawing the mind. What kind of mind? Badisham. Badisham means hook. It is like a hook, like uni. This is the stick, like this, and this is a rope, and there is this hook. This is badisham, and this way they use for catching fish. They will keep here some meat. They will keep meat and they will put in the water. This is badisham. And here our mind is what? Here mind is badisham. Hook. This is hook actually. And mind is hook here. And that mind is taken out from meditating on the Lord. What happened? Such a highest pleasure he is getting and he is taking out. This is the problem actually with the yogis. These yogis. So what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, yesterday I didn't discuss the commentary on this, and now I am discussing. So it is one of the most important process. So in the case of yogis, after doing the Ashtanga Yoga, so they are doing the Ashtanga Yoga. In that Ashtanga Yoga process, so Yama, Niyama, Pranayam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, so Dharana, Dhyanam. So they are doing this Dhyanam and so on. So all this finally, ultimately they are reaching, meditating on the Lord. They are doing that kind of bhakti. It's a Smaranam Bhakti, Smarana Rupa Bhakti. But still, these guys is very dangerous fellows actually. These yogis. What they do? They withdraw. They withdraw their mind from meditating on the Lord. So it is said in this. Yaha to atimandaha mad ananugruhita etamapi dhyana madhurya upabhujyapalabdha swada nishto jihasati sat yogi yoge eva prapta nishtopi yogishu ati nikrishtaha eva bhaktirasa vanchita eva bhaktiyaiva diyamanam ekavimshati prakara dukkhanam dukkanasha purvaka pratyagatmanubhavatmakam moksham prapnoti. So what is happening? This yogi is drawing out his mind from there, and he is what? Why he is drawing out? Because he is having the nishtha. What is that? He is having the nishtha in yoga, not in the bhakti. Even he is seeing the form and relishing that form, and heart is melted, and the eyes, that means he is getting the tears in the eyes, but still, because of his determination in yoga, he is withdrawing his mind from that form of the Lord, meditating on the form of the Lord. And so he is leaving the bhakti rasa. See how unfortunate this guy. He is leaving the nectar, bhakti rasa. And what he is doing? Bhakti rasa he is leaving, and finally he is meditating on the, not meditating, he is trying to take out that mind. So by this, finally what he is going to get, by doing like this, he will be getting the moksha, liberation. He is to get the liberation. Okay, not the bhakti. Deenam, that means he is very unfortunate guy. This guy, Ati Nikrushtaha. This yogi is this kind of yogi. After tasting the bhakti rasa, still he is living that. He is a Nikrushta. That means he is the lowest among yogis. So liberation, here he will be getting the liberation. So either Brahmanubhava means so experiencing the Brahman, or otherwise so experiencing the Atma. Atmanubhava, Pratyagatmanubhava. So actually experiencing Atma. There are the two types. So this yogi is living meditation on the Supreme Lord. So his mind is, he is withdrawing his mind. So then what kind of liberation he is going to get by doing this? He is going to get Pratyagatmanubhavam. That means he is experiencing his own soul. Only this is, he is not going to get the Brahmanubhavam by this. This is the point we should note it here. Okay, you are following the step by step what is happening. He attains so that kind of liberation. Then after that, what happens? So natu brahmanubhavatmakam moksham evam ityadi yavad adhyaya samapti. So he is experiencing the Atma. Then after that also, how he is going further. So those things will be explained till the end of this chapter. Those we will be seeing anyway. So next, Haro Bhagavati Manoharatvad Bhagavat Shatkatvacha Madhurya Aishwaryamrita Paripurnopi. So Dravavad Hrudayopi Utpulakopi Outkantya Hetuga Bashpakalayashu Bhagena Muhurdhamanopi Tachapi Tasmadapi Swarupat Chittabadisham Viyungte Yujayati. That means even he is getting this kind of heart is melted, body's hair on his body is standing on, so stands on his stand on their hair and getting tears. This kind of, that means because of the prema, because of relishing the prema with the Lord, so bhakti with the Lord, but and also these kind of symptoms are manifesting, but still what, he is withdrawing his mind from meditating on the Lord. Gnanam cha mayi sanyased iti vidivat bhakti sanyase vidya bhavat pratyuta bhaktyardrayarpita mana na pradak didruksha iti nisheda videhe sad bhavad ayam mandadihi swechaiva viyojayati ityardaha. So actually in the case of the Gnanis also, they are so practicing Gnana, but in the ultimate liberation, so they will be living that Gnana also. In the case of Brahma Gnanis, what we saw, this is the Antakaranam, in that there is a Vritti is formed. Because of the practicing Gnana, what kind of Vritti is formed? That is a Vaisharadi Vritti. Vidya Vritti. Vidya, out of Vidya are the Gnana. Some vritti is from, that is the Vaishari vritti. So based upon this, he is seeing all the time. So non-difference. So among the different objects. So this is the thing we saw in the case of Gnani. Ultimately, this is the soul you take. So this Gnani is ultimately is living this Vidya vritti also, and Yesha Vidya Yesha Vaisharadi Uparata. So that means this Vritti, this means Gnana, he lives only simple soul. So he's get liberated actually. Why? While to marriage into the Brahman. This is Brahman you take. So in the same way, that means he is ultimately so leaving the Gnana also in the Gnani's case. Similarly, here in the case of yogi, what he is living? He is living the bhakti. In the case of yogi, yogi is living the bhakti. Bhakti also. See, but bhakti's taste is so nice actually. And that's why he is not able to leave it immediately. So that's why slowly, shanaihi viyungte. Because mind is absorbed in the Lord's form. But still he is. So, because he's having a very strong determination in yoga. He wants only liberation. He wants only experiencing the Atma. So, he is living this, okay? Living this bhakti slowly. Even it is so tasteful, but he is living. Like how Jnanis, they live Jnana. Similarly here, this yogi is meditating on the Lord. That is the tool. In the case of the yogis, what is the tool? So meditating on the Lord is the tool actually. And they are living that tool. So Shanakairiti Chittasya Samyag Yukte Yojanam Kalu Durghatam Eva Ataha Asamyag Yoga Eva Sati Abhyasena Shanaihi Dvi Tri Varena Chatush Pancha Varena Va Sapta Ashta Varena Va Avashyameva Viyojayati. So this is yogi and his mind is there and this is the Lord. So this mind is absorbed in this and he tries to take out his mind. His mind is not coming. One time he tries to take it out. No, 2 times didn't come. 3rd time, 4th time, 5th time, 6th time, 7th time, 8th time. And finally, take out that mind from meditating on the Lord. He's writing. Sapta Ashtavarena Va Avashyameva Viyojayati. Definitely he will withdraws his mind from meditating on the Lord. So Viyojayati iti Badisham he Ashmasaramayam Bhavati. And this mind is compared with what? What I said, mind is hook. This mind is like a hook. It's made up of iron. Hook is made up of iron. And this mind is also is like that. His mind, he is using this mind as a hook. Okay. And how it is hook, it is once again explained here. So Nikshiptam yat chittam Badisham tadrishopi san tasmadapi madhuryamaya swarupad viyojayati. So this mind is now engaged in the sweet devotional service and he is withdrawing that mind. Viyojayati Vishaya Rasautkantya Duri Karanardham Bhagavan Madhurye Nikshiptam Yat Chittam Tasya Tan Madhuryautkantasyapi Nivruttaye Tat Chittam Tataha Api Nivruttayati. So that means he is withdrawing his mind. So Vishaya Rasautkantya Duri Karanardham. Why he is withdrawing mind? Ultimately, this Atma, this yogi, is withdrawing his mind. What is the main goal? He doesn't want to engage his mind on any material things. And so for that purpose, that is his final goal. So for that, he used the bhakti as a tool actually, smaranam as a tool. And in that smaranam process, so he is engaging this mind on the very loving devotional service, in the sweet devotional service, that is smaranam. And from there also he is finally bringing out that mind. Then what happens to that mind? You may get doubt. Let us see next what is going to happen. Ataha bhavati chittabadisham. So ataha swarupa savarna rupa divat na navanita divat atra dravi bhavati kintu vahnitapadikya vashat kinchid dravadeva takshane eva punaha कठोरंच भवति अतः द्रवद हृदय इति न तु द्रुत हृदयः इत्युक्तम्. So you see, when he engaged his mind on the form of the Lord, at that time this mind is, his heart is, mind means heart is melted. But it is not like the, so permanently melted. This mind is what? Is made up of, is a hook, means iron. Iron, when you heat, when there is extreme heat, then there will be, for some time it is melting. But whenever you take out that heat, immediately it will be hard. The same way here also, when it is engaged on the meditating on the Lord, it is melted for the time being, and once again, so he took out, and it becomes the, so very hard. It becomes very hard. So ashmasaram bhavati, that means it is like a stone. Ashmasaramayam bhavati. So it's not like the, so his, it's not, this mind is not like the butter. Butter means it will become in the liquid, and it's easily becoming the liquid. Not, it's not like that, but it is like iron. Katoram. Yatha badisham galu, like you see hook. Hook is also to catch the fishes. What you do? On the hook, you will be keeping some meat, and you will be always putting in the water, Ganges, in the Ganga water. But by association of that Ganga water, is it becoming purified, this hook? No. So similarly, this mind is also like hook. So here, meat is kept to catch the fish. So in the case of yogi, what? So he wants to have the liberation. That means he is experiencing the Atma. He wants to experience himself as Atma and completely coming out, completely destroying the Lingadeham. So Lingadeham, destroying the Lingadeham, and so experiencing the self. This is the goal of the yogi. So to achieve that, like catching the fish, so we are keeping the meat on the hook. Similarly, to achieve that, this yogi is, this mind is hook on this. What he is keeping? Who is the meat here? So Smarana Rupa Bhakti. Bhakti is just a meat food. Bite. It is a bite. So see how he is using this. He is using this bhakti as bite to catch, to reach his goal. That means to catch fish, meat is kept, meat as a bite. Similarly, to reach his goal, so he is using this bhakti, Smarana Rupa Bhakti, as a bite to catch that fish. So yatha badisham, okay. Kutilam arasagnam yathacha mano meena lobhanam ishta pishtanna khandena avruta mukhatvad dambikam cha tathaiva vigita yoginas chetah api tirtha putapi katoram kutilam. So even if you keep in the Ganga water many times, it is not becoming the pure. Similarly, this hook. Similarly, even this mind is engaged in the Lord's form, but still it is becoming once again so very strong actually. Kutilam, that means Katoram Kutilam Bhagavadakarshaka Dhyana Bhaktya Mukhatvad Dambikam cha. Why it is known as Kutilam, this mind? Because this guy is removing this mind from the Lord's meditation, meditating on the Lord. He is removing this mind, and also he is that's, it's a Dambikam actually. This yogi is having the Damba. That means he is thinking, realizing self is the highest. He's having the Damba actually. And this guy, so his heart is really is considered as the so hard-hearted. So how can you, this explanation is also supported by, so Sridhar Swami, in the Dharma Projita Kaitavotra, so in the commentary of this sloka, Srila Sridhar Swami is saying, this bhakti is completely free from this kind of Kutila people. That means this Kutila guy, what he is doing? He is using Bhakti Maharani as a servant. See this guy how he is doing. He is using this Bhakti Maharani as a servant to get the self-realization. And this is the Kaitava Dharma actually. Utilizing Bhakti as a servant to get the self-realization is known as Kaitava. The Dharma Projita Kaitavotra, Kaitava means Kutilata. So what is the Kutilata that? These yogis are utilizing the Bhakti Maharani. They are engaging Bhakti Maharani as a servant of self-realization. This is Kaitava. That means he is having the desire of what? Kaivalyam. His goal is Kaivalyam. Self-realization after that. So he wants to get the ultimate liberation. So his goal is Kaivalyam, moksha. And he is using the bhakti as like this. And that's why, don't understand that in this chapter you'll be seeing this yogi is meditating on the limb by limb. And so nice guy, very crooked guy actually. This is a cunning fellow. So that's why here what? His goal is what? Yoga. Finally, doing the yoga and getting the samadhi, self-realization, Brahman realization. That's mukti. That means mukti means seeing the Paramatma everywhere. Not doing the bhakti is not his target actually. So he is realizing that means oneness, and that is explained in the future slokas. So that is his goal. Liberation is his goal actually. Wait, no questions taken will be taken here after class. Okay, so Sri Bhakti Devi yogangatvena upasita api paschat tyakta. That means Bhakti Maharani, that means bhakti, he is doing bhakti as a limb of yoga. Here smaranam, that means he is Vishnu smaranam, that means he meditating on the Lord. It is out of the 9 processes, it is one among that. And he is using that bhakti, he is doing that bhakti as a limb of yoga. Sorry, as a limb of yoga, yes. So, and after that he is living that. Tasya yoga chitta badishasya sparsho bhagavatopi kashtakaraha. So that's why. So this he's really what? His heart is really very hard-hearted person. That means his heart is really his mind is hook. It is made up of is iron. That means very hard, and that is touching the Lord. Even Lord is also feeling inconvenient with this kind of meditation actually. He is feeling inconvenience because his heart is not like butter. That means devotee's heart is like a butter actually. And when it touches Lord, then Lord is feeling the happiness. But this yogi's heart is like a hook. And it is very hard. And not feeling happy actually he is. And then but still, so what he is going to do, Lord, yoga chitta badishasya sparisho bhagavataha api kastakaraha eva. Ataha tadviyoge bhagavaneva tasmai harita tadrusha chitta badishaya yogi dhivaraya. So moksham ekavimshati prakara dukkha nivritti purvaka pratyag atmanubhava rupam dadati. So even Lord is also not feeling convenience with this kind of, so people whose heart is like this, and Lord is not giving the so pure love to him. So only he is meditating and getting the that rasa. Then after that, Lord is also okay, jao, go. So and he is giving only liberation. So liberation which is included with the ekavimshati prakara dukkha nivritti. There are so 21 types of the kleshas are there. So and those 21 types of the kleshas are pains are destroyed in his case. What are those 21 type of kleshas? Dukkha's are pains. Ekavimshati prakara, 21 types of dukkha, that means pain, and that is destroyed for this yogi in the case of yogi. And pratyagatmanubhava rupam dadasi. Pratyagatmanubhavam. Pratyagatmanubhavam means this is it's not simply self-realization. Pratyagatmanubhavam means seeing the Paramatma everywhere. Instead of, in the case of the Jnanis, they will be seeing the everywhere Brahman, and in the seeing these yogis, just they are seeing the only form of Paramatma, but there is no relation actually. There is no loving relation or nothing actually. Just they see the form everywhere in every entity. They will be seeing. This is Pratyagatma actually. Pratyagatma means Paramatma. Also you say. Yes, you remember all of this? Pratyagatma. It is in many slokas it comes actually. Pratyagatma. So that means what kind of liberation he is getting? He is getting the, so here I said na, here experiencing the Atma means you should see a little correction you do. Paramatma actually. Paramatma means in the case of the that means liberation is two types, Brahmanubhava and experiencing Paramatma in everywhere. That means, so then in this guy, this yogi is seeing in every entity, in every anakana, he'll be seeing only Paramatma. Everywhere he is seeing Paramatma. That kind of liberation he is going to get. Then that is Salokya or Samipya or something like that. That kind of liberation. Okay. So then after that, what happens? That kind of moksha only he gives. Lord gives that kind. Natu Pratyagatmanubhava rupam dadasi, natu Paramatmanubhava rupam moksham. What is this actually? Pratyagatma. So what is that said? So for this yogi, Pratyagatma Anubhava Rupam moksham he is giving, not the Paramatma Anubhava Rupam moksham. Yastu Bhagavad Gitokta Ashtanga Yogi Bhagavad Dhyanam Ajahad Eva Drishtaha Tasmai tu Paramatmanubhava Rupam api moksham. ददाति इति इत्याहुरु भागवत रसिकाः यतः स कदाचित् one second. Okay, so what is the meaning? This yogi, what kind of liberation is getting? Not the Brahma Anubhavam, not the Paramatma Anubhavam, but what? Paramatma Anubhavam. But what kind of Anubhavam he is getting, experiencing? Pratyagatma. He is experiencing the Pratyagatma. What it mean? It means, you see, moksha is also 3 types, right? Now I will make the new question. Moksha is 3 types. What is that? Brahmanubhavam. What is the meaning of Brahmanubhavam? Brahmanubhavam means seeing the everywhere Brahman, realizing the Brahman in everywhere. And second one is what? Pratyagatmanubhavam. It's not the Atmanubhavam. Pratyagatmanubhavam. Pratyagatmanubhavam. Pratyagatmanubhavam means what? Seeing the Paramatma everywhere. Next, Paramatmanubhavam means there is a little difference between these two. In the Paramatmanubhavam, he is experiencing Paramatma also. But here in the Pratyagatmanubhavam, he is just seeing everywhere Paramatma, but not experiencing. That kind of experience will not be there in the Paramatmanubhavam, in the Pratyagatmanubhavam. Like in the first one case, he is seeing Brahman. In this case, yogi is seeing the Paramatma. That's all. But that Paramatma's experience will not be there. This is the thing actually. Paramatma Anubhavam will not be there. But he sees Paramatma, but Anubhavam will not be there. When you like to meditate on the Paramatma, then it will be. This yogi, why he is not getting this Paramatma Anubhavam? Because he is forcefully withdrawing the mind from the meditating on the Paramatma. So that's why he will not get any experience. Lord doesn't want to give experience of Paramatma to him. But he will give the vision such a way he will be seeing Paramatma everywhere. But when he will allow the Paramatma Anubhavam, if this yogi is like to so meditate on the Bhagavan, that's Paramatma, then he will be getting the experiencing the Paramatma also. That is the difference. So that's why I'm skipping few lines, and Uddhava is saying, Tantva kilatmadhiyeteshwaramasritanam sarvadha dam swakruta viddhisrujet konu iti Sri Naradena cha smaran Mukundangripaguhanam punarvihatumichet na rasagraho jana iti rasagraha ityanena yogishu api madhye Sri Sukaprabhutayaha eva abhinanditaha. That's why all the yogis are not glorified. These cunning yogis, these Kutila yogis, they are withdrawing their mind from the meditating on the Lord. These are all the Nikrushta yogis, Ati Nikrushta yogis. And but the yogis like Sukadeva Goswami and others, they are very glorified because they are tasting that bhakti rasa. They are not withdrawing and they are going further into that. And that's why those yogis are worshipable actually, are respectable. Abhinanditaha, they can be appreciated. Sri Sukaprabhutayaha. Atraiva purva sloke bhaktyardrayarpita mana na prathak didruksheta iti. So because they are offering their heart with the devotion actually, so then they will not take it back actually. Arpita mana iti bhagavate manah samarpya tasmin manasi so swatva bhavat katam tasma tad viyojet. That means these good yogis, good sukha and so on, they are meditating and they are offering their heart, and after giving once, how he can take it back? So that's why they don't withdraw their mind actually from the meditation of the Lord. These good yogis. So how they can, if it is once given to someone, how it can be taken it back? It cannot be taken back. So Bhagavanapi bhaktanema hrudi tishtet na yoginaha. So that's why the Lord is always interested in sitting in the heart of devotees, not in the heart of yogis. That's because this kind of Nikrushta yogis, so he will not be standing in their heart. Yaduktam, but mercifully he is giving such a arrangement, he will be seeing Paramatma everywhere. But Lord, Bhagavan and Paramatma are different, you understand. Bhagavan is not going to sit in their heart. Paramatma will be just a feature, so that feature they will be seeing everywhere. That will be there. Yaduktam Brahmana, Bhaktya Gruhita Charana Paraya Chatesham Napaishinatha Hrudayamburha Swapumsa. So that's why if some devotees, what they do, they are grabbing the lotus feet of the Lord and holding in their hearts, and they don't want to leave to Lord. But these yogis, they are kicking out. Now my work is done, you go out. I don't want to do any meditation on you. Finish. Okay, like these yogis, they do, some yogis. And what happens to that then? That mind, what happens to that mind? So that is said in the next sloka. Muktashrayam yerhi nirvisham viraktam nirvanam ruchyati manah sahasa yatharchihi. That mind, then what will happen to this mind? This is a hook type mind. This is iron type mind. So what will happen to this? After withdrawing from the Lord. This is the next question. Next sloka is saying. That is going to become the viraktam layam bhavati. What is that? Manaha sahasa. So nirvanam ruchyati. Nirvanam means extinction. Extinction means finishing. Finish. Jal jayega. Burn ho jayega. Rock ho jayega. It will be burnt out. Means. So that is said. So Gnanananda Swarupe Avasitaha. So Sacha Purusha Jiva Manasa Nivritya. So Hetuna Tasmin Mahimni Yahsviya Mahimni Purva Manasaha Balad Apahruta Asit Tasmin Mahimni Mananashat Prapte Gnanananda Swarupe Avasitaha Avasanam Nishtam Prapta Manasah Nivritya Kidrisha Charmaya Vidya. So Ramhayati Shushuptad Visheshaha. So then what will happen? Saha Purusha Jiva Manasah Nivritya. He is withdrawing mind and महिम्नि यः स्वीयः महिम्नि पूर्वं मनसः बलाद् अपहृतः आसीत् तस्मिन् महिम्नि मनोनाशात्. Then when withdraw, this mind is burnt out. Burnt out means nasha, is destroyed. This mind is destroyed. How it is destroyed? Why it is destroyed? That is the question now. Now the question, because this mind is not, now it tasted the Bhakti Ananda, and after that it is removed from there, and also it is not having any interest in the material pleasure and pain. This mind is not interested in the material pleasure and pain. So that's why it is not having the oil. It is not having the oil. Like yesterday I was saying, there is a wig and it is dipped in the oil. And when oil is taken out, and then what will happen? This fire is burning out this wig. Similarly, this mind is not having the sense objects. That means what is that? So that desire to enjoy the sense objects, then this is destroyed actually. That's a linga deha dahanam. Linga deha means this is subtle. That means subtle body, that is mind, is finished. Then he is situated in his own self. Then after that, what will happen to him? What this yogi will do? That also we'll see. Then how he will be he is situated in his own swarupa now. And now what is the difference between this jivatma and the jivatma in the Sushupti? In the case of the Sushupti, he is having the avidya with this. But here, he is not having the avidya. He is simply now, he is pure jivatma. He is situated in his own self. Then what will happen? That is explained in the next coming slokas. So you have to write a question on this. On the 34, based upon the 34, 35, and also further. Anyway, I will finish all this and then I will say the finally one question, one big question, 15 marks question. Is very important question. So how yogi achieves the liberation? Everything you should write, step by step. Starting from the yama, nima. So he is following these yamas and these niyamas. Then after that, he is sitting in the asana, and in the asana, so he is doing, conquering. So he is sitting straightly, and after that, he is doing pranayam, kumbhaka, so puraka, so what is that? Puraka, kumbhaka, rechaka, and for that, he is clearing his do, ida, pingala, so those two paths, and then after that, his mind is purified. So then once this mind is purified and he is able to pratyahara, that means able to control his senses, and then he'll be started meditating on the form of the Lord, and that form of the Lord, maybe some little description you can do. So form of the Lord is like this, this means this kind of clothes, this kind of hue he is having, bodily hue, and he is wearing these things. Then he is meditating on that Lord. So but here it is recommended that not to meditate on the entire, but the limb by limb. And so just in brief, we'll be writing the no need to write the every details, only limb by limb he will be meditating, no need to write everything. Then after that, meditating limb by meditating on him limb by limb, then what will happen? Then he will be getting the bliss, this. So that means his heart is melted, and also tears is coming, hair is standing on end, and this kind of thing. But then after that, he is withdrawing his mind from there also, and withdrawing mind, and then what he is doing? So he's then at that time, what will happen? So this mind is get burnt out. He's sleeping actually. So he's on trance already. Ujjwal. Fever? You have fever? Health is not good? So biryani's effect. That's why rich food should not be given morning. Anything biryani, that thing should be after. Because at least in the morning, if they eat whole class, they will be sleeping. If it is next time, I will do this rule. No, even for me also problem. So, okay. Someone's mic is on. Okay. So,
Link this yogi does the third thing of Naviveda Bhakti,
uh,
Smaranam.
uh,
Then slowly he meditates upon limb by limb,
Hmm.
as you told. So why doesn't he realize Bhagavan?
because he's having determination, he's having that kind of association. His target is only so moksha, liberation. And he is that kind of taste. He's seeing the form of the Lord and relishing that, and he's taking it back. That's why he's the Ati Nikrushtaha.
One person who likes to meditate on the Lord, that I'm telling.
Likes to meditate on the God, then
That he realizes Paramatma Anubhavam. That
yeah, Paramatma.
but why he doesn't realize Bhagavan? So because slowly he will become
then his
purified.
bhakti is increased, then he will realize Bhagavan also. You'll be seeing in the Bhagavad Gita, the various branches Vishwanath explains in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So what is happening? This first is starting like this, from this here, from who is getting Salokya, who is getting the Samipya, and who is getting the Sahaja Mukti, which yogi, and the various combinations he gives. He explains in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita if you study. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Sarartha, Varshini, then you will get all the details. More details he explained there also. But procedure is explained here, but varieties, who is going to which kind of liberation, that is explained there. Many people have the doubt of this. Many times yoga system, many people they fail to explain. Even in the Gnana system also, many people they fail. What is this? How the Gnana is working, and how Jnanis get the Brahman realization. This also. But all the time we try to condemn those, but the procedure is not clear actually. This is the procedure actually. Yes, Akshay Hari Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for explaining in so much detail, Prabhu. So my question is, the comparison between this yogi and the person who is serving Lord for some material desire, some material desire he has, and he is using bhakti. So at that time, we didn't say that he is using bhakti as a servant. He had some material desire, like anything. We
Okay.
quoted Akka.
Yeah. Using bhakti for material desires also. Akama sarvakama, it's just sarvakamaha. So you are engaging bhakti to get the material things. Then what Bhakti Maharani will do? That's
At that time, purified. Person is purified at that time.
So 1-2 times she gives, then after that she will stop, and she will say that you do. Then she will give the taste for this. That means the Shakti. So 5th canto, 19th chapter. This is. You can see 5th canto, 19th chapter, sloka number 20 or something. Sloka number that is Satyam Dishatyi, 27th sloka. Satyam Dishatyarditamartito nrunam naivardado yat punarardita yata swayam vidatte bhajitam anichitam icha pidanam nijapada pallavam. So in the case of these materialistic people, so they are not they are desiring some material things, and they are approaching the Lord, and then they are doing the bhakti. So Bhakti Maharani is giving 1 or 2 times. Then once again, if they ask, so then what they will be happening? So they will be swayam vidhatte bhajatam ichha pidanam. So Bhakti Maharani is closing his desires for the material things. Then finally, so she is giving the love for this. So that happens actually in the case of if you have simply material desires. But this yogi is kutilaha. Why he said he is a kutilaha? He's a cunning fellow.
Because
Crooked
he,
he's.
yeah, he wants liberation. He doesn't want. Even
Ah.
he get the darshan of the Lord, he says, "No, I don't want darshan. I want liberation."
Yes. That's why here Atinikrushtaha is said here. This is a Kaitava dharma actually. And this is the concept he developed actually. He is having the full faith on Ashtanga yoga system. In that yoga system, he is using bhakti as a one limb,
Okay.
and he is determined in this. That's why even after tasting, he's coming back and leaving the Bhakti Marani.
Thank you, Poo. Poo, one more clarification, Poo.
Hmm.
Poo, 7th canto we see when Narad Muni described Yudhishthira Maharaj that even somebody meditate Lord with some envy, anything, he get purified.
Hmm.
And the Lord is in your house, of course, as a friend.
Yes.
So that verse shows that even somebody meditate yen ken pekarin, he get purified.
Yes.
Even the envious person, he get the liberation.
Yeah, here also, in his case also, his mind is not allowing him. That's why Shanaihi Shanaihi. That means Ekavaram, Divaram. That means his mind is absorbed in the Lord and it is not coming back. But what he does, that means he's as a Shanaihi Shanaihi. That means Ekavaram, Divaram, Trivaram. He tries take the mind back 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 times, 6, 7, 8. Like this, many times he tries to pull
Yeah.
it back. And finally he pulls it out.
Okay. He is willingly pulling out his mind.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Poo.
Yeah. Param drishtva anivartate, yes. So that is also your Vishwanath is satisfying that also. So that's why his mind is not coming back, because that is getting that kind of taste. But what should we do? He is Atinikrushta Kutilaha. Kuyogi. This yogi is cunning yogi. He's not like the Sukadeva Goswami others. He's condemning, that's why.
So Prabhu, in Joy Vijay and Kumar's episode, we are saying that that the Brahmanas they are attracted to Vishnu's Rupa, means
Yeah.
Bhakti,
Yeah.
leaving their Brahmananda. So that's why Bhakti is the superior. So here also Kutila is, but still he is living Bhakti.
Actually, Kutila and
Bhakti Rash.
yeah, understood. Yeah, okay. Ask. Understood your question.
Then
Like Brahmananda, so in the case of these 4 boys, so they are extra pleasure, additional pleasure they are relishing by seeing the Lord's form. That's why they are immediately so becoming the devotees actually. So that is, yes, that example also is saying na Sukha Adayaha. So these people, these Sukha and Sanakadi, they are all, even Sukadeva Goswami also is meditating on the so Atmaram himself. But when he heard the Lord's glories, immediately his mind is attracted and he is following that. That's why those are all appreciated. Those yogis are appreciable. Those can be appreciated. And some people will be like this also. You cannot say that someone you are bringing to temple and out of the 10 people and one is getting interested, he is taking joy in dancing and eating prasadam, but others they are not taking. It is there actually. Yeah. And he is having the concept, even Karmi's case also, they are doing the bhakti. But they are using that bhakti as just as a servant of the karma. Is a limb of karma. And they are not relishing that pleasure. What we say then? So then let us continue. Huh? He's looking a new thing actually. Nothing new. Okay. So after that 37 sloka. Deham cha tam na cha deham cha tam na cha ramastitumuttitam va. Deham cha tam na cha ramastitumuttitam va. Siddho pashyati yato dhyagatmaswarupam. Ityadhyagama. दैवादुपेतम तदैव वशादपेतम वासो यथा परिकृतं मदिरामदान्धः. Translation: because he has achieved his real identity, so the perfectly realized soul has no conception of how material body is moving or acting, just as an intoxicated person cannot understand whether or not he has clothing on his body. Hey, one thing I forgot, so I was explaining that question. In between, I stopped actually. So that answer I was. So after that, what is happening? So you have to elaborate this. Many points I said. These points you should mention majorly. Main intention of that question is asking, is focusing on this. So how this Kuyogi is different from that general, that means appreciable yogi. And what he is doing, and so details you should explain. You can read the Bhanu Maharaj translation, and there also it is given. Then after that, how he's withdrawing that mind, and that mind is burnt out. So that is destroyed. Linga Deham is finished. So that is also explained in that next sloka. That also should explain. Then after that, what happening? You should carry on this. Like that, you will be writing 20 points, solid points, ekdam salient points, cream points. So you'll be getting the 15 marks. This is the main important question of this chapter. Ripen fruit of 28th chapter. This is. Yeah, Yamanima. So, okay, now after this, what happens to this yogi? So he's Lingadeham is finished and he situated his own self, and he is not at all caring about this physical body. He's Jivan Mukta now. He's Jivan Mukta. And for him, this physical body and senses all are like what? They are like for a mad person. So how he, drunkard or mad person, how he treats his body, whether he is wearing any clothes or not, he never care. He not feeling any social customs and nothing. He drunkard or mad person, so going like that. Same way for this yogi also, this physical body. Deham chatam na charamah sthitam va. Siddho Pashidi. Because he has achieved his real identity, the perfectly realized soul has no conception of how material body is moving or acting, just as an intoxicated person cannot understand whether or not he has clothing on his body. Okay, it's clear. Directly, it is understandable. So Jivan Mukta stage is explained in this 37 and 38. So he is not caring about his physical body. Next, Deho pideha vashaga kalu karma yavat Swarambakam prati samikshataye sasu tam saprapanchamadhiroda samadhi yoga Swapnam punarna bhajate pratibuddha vastu. Mata. Yes, yes, Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा, यस प्रभु जी।
हाँ.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। तो प्लीज अभी आप थोड़ा सा बता दीजिए क्लियर, तो हम आगे आप जो श्लोक बता रहे हैं उसको ज्यादा अच्छे से समझ पाऊंगी मैं, कि
हाँ.
अभी जो अति निकृष्ट योगी के जो लक्षण और बाकी सब बताया आपने, वो
हाँ.
35 में है, 36 37 तक है, और बाकी क्योंकि प्रभुपाद इसमें सारी चीजें बहुत पॉजिटिव बता रहे हैं, और तो क्या वो उत्कृष्ट योगी जो अभी आपने बताया, उत्कृष्ट योगी के बारे में फिर आगे के श्लोक हैं क्या?
नहीं माताजी, एक्चुअली प्रभुपाद का एक ही स्टाइल है एक्चुअली। सो जो भी आता है उसमें से भक्ति है करके ही बोल देते हैं। तो ये भगवत गीता में भी
अच्छा।
सांख्य योग में, सांख्य योग also he will be discussing there. So Nishkam Karma Yoga also Prabhupada is saying it's a pure devotional service, he says. So offering everything to the Lord and for the Lord's enjoyment only we should do. But Nishkam Karma Yogi never have that kind of loving relation with the Lord. Just for the sake of coming out from the entanglement of the karma, he is offering the results of his Lord. That is the sense you should get from the topic actually. But Prabhupada goes into the another end actually, the final conclusion end. He says that so one has to do his hard work and finally so he has to offer everything for the pleasure of the Lord, he says. And that is what his goal. Like that. So Prabhupada goes every line, every step this way. This is the Bhaktivedanta purports actually. These always very
ठीक है
special.
प्रभु जी। तो
And
फिर आगे का जो भी डिस्क्रिप्शन
yeah.
निकृष्ट
Yeah,
बारे
yeah.
में है,
अति निकृष्टा.
सॉरी, हाँ ओके,
Yeah.
अच्छा अति निकृष्ट, यस निकृष्ट नहीं अति निकृष्ट प्रभु जी। और आपने कहा कि वो जीवन मुक्त हो जाता है,
Yeah.
तो जीवन मुक्त भी साउंड्स वेरी पॉजिटिव।
Yeah.
तो और फिर तो कैसे
Yes,
उसको
you see.
जीवन मुक्त भी और अति निकृष्ट भी है दोनों साइमल्टेनियसली?
Yes, because you see, even in the self-realization, there's a Brahman realization. Brahman realization is even our devotees like to go to hell because there is a chance to get the association of devotees, and that is okay. But Brahman realization is condemned by the devotees. But it looks like it's realization. It's Brahman realization. It's also moksha. So yeah. So terminology maybe it looks because of our previous samskaras or the culture. Culturally, we heard these names are as a good words, but if you see in the aspects, that means of the bhakti, if you see the eyes of the bhakti, these things, so those are all very condemnable actually. Those so like like this Brahman realization and yogis like this kind of yogis, they are all condemned by the devotees. Even that's why in the coming next 29th chapter, Kapil Bhagavan is going to say, that means they are not going to accept, devotees are not going to accept even this Salokya, Samipya, Sarishti and Saijya or the other, this kind of muktis. Even going to the Vaikuntha also we don't like. So that is also condemned by the devotees. So those looks actually. So but now we are learning in this chapter how to get that kind of liberations. That is being explained here actually. Otherwise, if you don't see that angle, then in your study of Bhagavatam, one angle is missing actually. So if someone asks you how this Salokya Mukti is coming, how this Samipya Mukti is coming, by the yogis, how they are achieving. So this angle is missing with us. We know conclusion, but as a, so we should, that's why by knowing these subtleties, so by knowing this thing, what we don't want, that also we should know. What we want, also we should know, and what we don't want, we should not want. We should not like, what we should not like, or what should not want. So that also we should know. So that, oh, this thing is not needed for me. So that your intelligence will become pure. Your intelligence will be purified. Purified intelligence will be, then your determination is a product of the intelligence. So once the intelligence is becoming strong, then your determination is becoming the very fixed actually. So strong, it will become strong determination you'll be getting. That means I want only this Krishna Prema. And then there will be no confusion in further. So that's why we are giving this
you.
elaborated explanations. In the case of Prabhupada also, so
Yes, thank you.
he is quickly making us to come to the final point. So because all the time this is the thing actually. So one Acharya gives something, and then after that the followers, they are coming and they are elaborating the intention of his Acharya, what his Acharya wanted. So that is explained by the followers. That's the duty that we are doing actually. So Prabhupada ultimately is establishing this, and this is wanted for us, whatever Prabhupada is saying, but we don't want this. This is the thing actually. Followers' work is this. Okay, next. So Deham Chatam. So 37 sloka, it is clearly saying that they will be not caring about their physical body. That's why it is said. But because so perfectly realized soul has no conception of how the material body is moving or acting, just as intoxicated person cannot. So next also, okay, 38 is also over. No? So the body of such a liberated yogi, along with the senses, is taken charge of by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it functions until its destined activities are finished. The liberated devotee, being awake to his constitutional position and thus situated in samadhi, the highest perfectional stage of yoga, doesn't accept the byproducts of the material body as his own. Thus he considers his bodily activities to be like the activities of a body in a dream. The second sloka, this also is explaining about the Jivan Mukta stage. So how he is considering this physical body? This yogi is thinking like the dreaming body. Like in the dreaming stage, you'll be seeing the several bodies you are getting. You are becoming sometime a lion, sometime a bird, and different bodies you are getting in the dream. So after waking up from the dream, do you have any consideration for those bodies? Anything, any consideration is there? Nothing. The same way, once this yogi who situated in his self-realization, and that for that yogi, this body is like what? Is simply like a body in a dream. Body is seen in a dream. Okay, this is the situation of the self-realized soul. So, and also, until what time that body is continued? One may ask the next question: how long he will be in that body? That is said here. What it is said? Dehopi daiva vashagaha. Daiva vashagaha means it is completely under the control of the body. So till the time he is having here, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is writing the commentary on this. So till what time that body is continued, that Jivan Mukta, so till what time he will be in that body is said. So Daivam Purva Samskaraha Tadvashena Gachan Yavat Swarambakam Karma Asti Tavat Prati Samikshata Eva Jivatyeva Sasuhu Sendriyaha. So Purva Samskaraha Tadvashena Gachan Yavat Swarambakam Karma Asti. If any impressions of the karma is there, you see he is self-realized, but also he is Jivan Mukta. In the Jivan Mukta stage, Daiva was by the will of the Lord. So some results are there. That means he did lot of pious activities, and that result has to be now enjoyed by him actually. Then so he will be getting the only results. Any bandhanam he is not going to get. So whatever karma is there, that means in the previously done karma, so for that karma, whatever results he should get, those results he will be enjoying, and then after that, that body is finished. Okay, if he wants, he can transfer those results to his servants also, maybe his disciple. So he can, he's having good karma, then he can give that to his whom, that means disciples. If he wants, he can give. That also is a provision is there, and he can leave that body. These are the different provisions are there, but till that means some karma, sanchita karma is there, and based upon that, the result he has to get, and then only he will be leaving this body. Daiva Vashika. But he will never develop any material attraction once again. Why? Why he is not getting? Because so in his case, then what will happen? I will explain from here. The system, what is happening inside. Okay, this is Atma, and this is the subtle body, that is mind, and these are the senses and sense objects. So what happens? This is burnt out, destroyed. This is destroyed. Subtle body destroyed means, subtle body means manaha, buddhi, ahankara, and also chittam, all. These are all finished out. So this subtle body is finished. Subtle body, linga deham is finished. He is having the senses, and also some previous karma is there in his account. In his account, some karma is there which he has to get the results of that. So that till this, that means why this Atma is completely now, he is not caring about the sukham and dukkham, material sukham and dukkham. Why? What is the reason I explained? This Atma is not touched by the sukham and dukkham. What is the reason I said? Because subtle body is not there. There is no ahankara. False ego is not there. So that's why it is not identifying. So previously Purupakshi is asking one question: sukham dukkham is the properties of the Atma. Then how he can be away from the sukham, the material sukham dukkham? Then we said that no. Sukham dukkham is not the properties of the Atma. Sukham dukkham are the properties of the Atma which entered in the false ego. False ego. So, but now false ego is destroyed. So that's why material sukham dukkham is also not going to touch. So that point you should remember. So material sukha dukkham is not at all touching to this Jivatma, but whatever karma is there, based upon that, the sense objects and senses are getting engaged, and so results are keep on coming, but he is not getting absorbed in that because there is no false ego. Ahankara is not there. That's the reason. So that's why he will not developing once again any attraction for them. Okay, next. This is the meaning of the 38th sloka. That's why he said the body of such a liberated yogi along with the senses only, not other things, is taken charge of by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means based upon the karma, Lord directly is giving the pleasure and pain to him. But he is not entering into those. For that body he is getting. No absorption, no attraction, or no aversion, nothing. The liberated Godhead and its functions until its disdained activities are finished. Whatever the results he should get, so till the finishing of that, it will be there. That body, physical body will be there. The liberated devotee, so being awake to his constitutional position and the situated in samadhi, the highest perfectional stage of yoga, doesn't accept the byproducts of the material body as his own. So that's why he is not accepting anything. That's why in the Prakriti, whatever should happen, so that will happen to that body. So, but he is always aloof from that effects. Okay, clear? So next, yatha putracha vittacha prutak martya pratiyate Apyatmatvenabhimatat dehade purushastatha. So translation, because of great affection for family and wealth, one accepts a son and some money as his own, and due to affection for the material body, one thinks that it is his. But actually, as one can understand that his family and wealth are different from him, the liberated soul can understand that he and his body are not same. Example is given. Yathat पुत्राच्च वित्ताच्च पृथक् मर्त्यः प्रतीयते अपि आत्मत्वेन अभिमता देहादेह पुरुषः तथा. In the 39th sloka, what is explained? Mumukshubhihi. That means whoever is desiring liberation, what they do all the time. So what they should think all the time, that is explained in this. Yatha iti tribihi. In the 3 slokas. So what? So the person who is desiring moksha should do. What he should do is explained in the coming 3 slokas, 39, 40 and 41. In these 3 slokas is explained. So ati sneha vashad atma, ati sneha vashad atmatvena abhimatat api putradehe pratak eva martyah pitradihi yatha tatheva purushah jivah. Because of the great affection, ati sneha vashat, what is happening? So sneha vashat, then abhimatadapi putradehe pratakyeva martyaha. That means one accept the son and some money as his own, and due to affection for the material body. Pitradi yatha tatha eva purushah jivah. So money and also sons, these are all different from that person. But father, what he thinks all the time, they are his own. They are non-different from him. So similarly, so Jivatma thinks that body, mind, senses and all, they are actually, they are different from him. So, but out of the too much affection, so what Jivatma thinks, body and other things are as itself, himself. That means identify as self. Jivatma identify it as self. That's the point is explained. So it's just it is said how the in generally Purusha thinks. Next is said Purusha means, so the soul. Purushah, Jivaha. Next, the status of real knowledge is explained in this verse. There are many children, but we accept some children as our sons and daughters because of our affection for them. Although we know very well that these children are different from us. Similarly, because of great affection for money, we accept some amount of wealth in the bank as ours. In the same way, we claim that the body is ours because of affection for it. I say that it is my body. I then extend that possessive concept and say, it's my hand, my leg, and further, it's my bank balance, my son, my daughter. But actually, I know that the son and money are separate from me. So here, just what here our Kapila Bhagavan is saying, in the case of this Jivan Mukta, he will be never be caring about his body and anything happening to that body, wealth or anything, nothing. Jivan Mukta is completely aloof like a mad person. He's not caring his body. And so that is explained in the 38. In the 39, he's saying, but in general, people what they do? Reverse actually. So originally here, Kapila Bhagavan is explained to his mother, my dear mother, actually this body and these senses and nothing, these are all not you. You are completely different from those. But because of the out of ignorance only, we generally think like this. And in general, Jivatma thinks like this. That's why he's explaining in the 39 that. And whatever Jivan Mukta is doing, that is perfect. But in general, people they do, as said in the 39. They are claiming this as one. Next, Yatholmukad Vispulingad Dhumatvape Swasambhavat Apyatmatvena Bimatat Yathagni Prutagulmakat. Translation. The blazing fire is different from the flames. So from the sparks and from the smoke, although all are intimately connected because they are born from the same blazing wood. So here, the blazing fire is different from flames. Now we understood that. Examples are given actually. Jivatma is different from the sons, money, and so, all. Here father and sons and money. This is example. Similarly here, what we are understanding. So Jivatma is different from the body. So related to the body, related to things related to the body. That is explained in this is example. And this is 39. Okay. In 39, that is explained. But in the 40, what is explained, you see. In the case of 40, we are explaining fire is there. This is fire. Okay. This is fire. And wood is there here. This is wood. And smoke is also there. And also, these are all Vispulingas. That means, Vispulinga means what? Sparks. They are the sparks. Smoke, sparks, fire. Fire is different from the smoke, sparks, and also wood. Flames means Yatha Ulmakat. Ulmaka means flames. Flame means, flame. It's some kind of heat actually. Flame. Vispulingat means these sparks and smoke, and Swasambhavat, so from where it is produced. There's a wood. Okay. So although the fire is different from the flames, the spark, and so fire is different from the smoke, sparks, and also wood, flames. Flames means, you see, this is fire actually, original fire. So like if you do fire, so then what will happen? It comes and something is coming on you. It's a flame actually. That is known as flame. Extended portion, that flame is flames are coming. Original fire is this much only, and that outside region of that. I will show tomorrow. Okay. I will let it. You practical. I will. And sacrifice you put, something flame will come and go out, and fire will be there only actually, originally. Okay. So here what? Nanu yatha putra vittadibhyo martyah prathak avastitah drishyate na tatha dehandriyadibhyo jivatmanah sakashat paramatma pratak avagantavyah ityaha. So yatholmukaditi. So here in this example is clear actually. What is our target? We want to explain that Jivatma, body, this is body, senses means body. So in the body only there, this is total is body, and also Paramatma. They are all different. This we should make to Mumukshu should get this idea actually, difference between these. So for that, to explain this, first example is given, father, sons and money. Father is having the attachment for the sons and money, so that's why he is seeing those are non-different from him. But in this case, this father is a different entity, son is a different entity, money. So this example is not so close to explain these, because in the ultimately Paramatma, Jivatma, body, all are in one form, one person only, in one place, and identifying these is very difficult. So that's why here this example is given. You are understanding? So actually smoke, sparks and flames, some flames like this going out, flames, this is a fire, and wood, all are different. Fire is different from the smoke, sparks and flames and also wood, but still people think that this is totally is fire. There is a fire, they say in general actually. So similarly his body is looking like this person, but inside if you go, deha means body, senses and also Jivatma and Paramatma, all are different, like how it looks as one unit, but there are really, if you see, there is a difference is there. So that's why this second example is given here. Prathak eva atra ayam drishtantha. That's why a special difference is, example is given. Two examples are given to show the difference between all these. Okay. Atra yatha shabdasya. So ulmaka shabdasya cha paunha punyokta vakya. Ulmakat dahyamanat kashtat yatha agni pratak bhavati. So Ulmukha means here. So here 2 times Ulmukha is there. One Ulmukha we take flames and one Ulmukha we take as wood. So here flames, wood. So you can take flame and sparks as one unit, and smoke and wood and fire. So in the place of wood, what you should take? Example. This is example, na? Exemplified. What you should take? What you should compare? You should compare wood with the what? यथा च उल्मुखात् पृथक् तदा विस्फुलिंगात् पृथक् यथा च विस्फुलिंगात् पृथक् च धूमः अविवेकिनः उल्मुखः विस्फुलिंगः धूमः अग्निः अयम् इति अभिमन्यन्ते. आत्मत्वेन अग्नि. So they are different, but unintelligent people, avivekaha. So boys are small boys. So who doesn't know sparks and this smoke and this differently, they'll be thinking this total is as fire. Total as fire only he think. The ignorant people, avivekaha. Even similarly, unintelligent people think that everything is the self or the Paramatma. Everything is Paramatma. Body, mind, everything else. Like here, fire, he is thinking. So everything is Paramatma. Paramatma means ultimate. Body is also ultimate, he thinks. Everything as one. Next, 41. Bhutendriyantah karanat pradhanat jiva sangitat Atma tadha prutak drashta Bhagavan Brahma Sangita. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Param Brahma, is the seer. He is different from the Jiva, soul, the individual living entity, who is combined with the senses, 5 elements, and consciousness. So now the point came, 41 is saying that. So Jiva, Paramatma, the Brahman are the, so Param Tattvam is different from the Jivatma, body and senses and so and so. So now Darshtantikam Yojeti Pradhanat Ulmukasthaniyat Jiva Sangitat Jiva Rupaha Yaha Sangitaha Sangyam Chetanam Praptaha Tasmat Vispulingasthaniya. Ulmukha means, now I will explain by this. This is Drishtanta, example. This example we use to explain the Darshtanta. That means the thing to be exemplified. So now here wood is there. This is wood. And this is fire. And these are the flame. And these are the sparks. And this is smoke. Okay. Now in the wood place, what you should keep? Pradhana. That means from which this body is coming. Next, Pradhanat Ulmukasthaniyat. Next, Jiva Sangitat Jiva Rupaha Yaha Sangitaha Sangyam Chetanam Praptaha Tasma Vispulingasthani. So Vispulingas are taken as, sparks are taken as Jivatma. So you, in the place of sparks, you take Jivatma. And next, Bhute Indriya Antahkarana Dhumastaniya. Smoke is what? Is the bhutas. Bhute Indriya, the senses, also Antakarana, that subtle body. And next, so flames and sparks you take as a, so that as one, and there you take as, yeah. And Agni is, Agni place what you should take? Paramatma. Okay. But unintelligent fellow thinks that everything is one. But a yogi, whoever desiring to have moksha, he'll be separating these and seeing. He is separating and seeing. So prathak so drashta sahi drushya agnisthaniya prathak yatah drashta sa drishyatva. So here in the fireplace, what you should take? Paramatma. And he is the seer of everything. He is the seer of flame. He is the seer of smoke. That means so Jivatma, senses, subtle body, and Pradhana, everything. So is seen by the Paramatma. So Sahi, that means he is seeing everything. Pratakyeva saha stitaha api asangaha. That means it looks like fire, everything looks like fire, but actually his fire is separate from all these and he is separately situated. Similarly, Paramatma is in this body, but still he is different from all these elements in the body. All these elements in this body. So Bhutendriya Karanat Dhumastha. Okay. So Bhagavan Achintya Aishwarya Bhagavan eva Brahma Sangyam Praptah Kasminchit Adhikarane Nirvishesh Chinmatre Bhataha Bhavati. So this is the Paramatma and he is having the what? Aishwaryam. That means Bhagavan. He is Bhagavan. Paramatma is also, he is actually Bhagavan, and then that person can be also appearing in the form of Brahman also. In the location, in any location he will be, for someone he will be appearing as in the form of Brahman also. He is only Brahman. So that is Bhutendriyantah Karanat Pradhanat Jeva Sangitat Atma Tata. Atma means you should take here Paramatma. Pratak Drashta Bhagavan Brahma Samhitaha. Brahma Sangita. That means this is the Paramatma and he is only Bhagavan and he is only Brahman. They are not different actually. Okay. So but for some Upasakas, so they are seeing him as so Nirvishesh Chinmatra Satta, some are seeing as Paramatma and some are seeing as Bhagavan. But he is the main actually. So that is explained in this 41 sloka. Okay. That's Prabhupada is also explaining the Achintya Bheda. Then this a clear conception of the complete whole is given herewith. The living entity is different from the material elements, and the supreme living entity, the supreme personality of Godhead, who is the creator of the material elements, is also different from the individual living entity. This philosophy is propounded by the Lord Chaitanya as Achintya Bheda Tattva. This philosophy is propounded, okay, everything is simultaneously one with and different from everything else. So everything is also Paramatma, total. But Avivekis, they see in different way actually. They think body is everything. But here, so fire is cause for other things. Similarly here, so Paramatma is energy only, is one and also is different. So okay, these points you can cover. Next paragraph, living entities are compared to the spark of fire. As stated in the previous verse, fire, flame, smoke, and firewood are combined together. Here, the living entity, the material elements, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead are combined together. The exact position of the living entities is just like that of the spark of a fire. They are part and parcel. So Prabhupada is explaining this. So we took sparks as Jivatma. So those are all part and parcel of the main fire. And he is explaining 4 principles of Vaishnava philosophy doctrine are Shuddha Advaita, Dvaita Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, and Dvaita. These are the 4 Vaishnava philosophies. They are So accepting the form of the Lord. Suddha Advaita is whose philosophy? Huh? Suddha Advaita is the philosophy of? Huh? Huh? Suddha Advaita is Madhvacharya. No. Suddha Advaita belongs to Vallabha Sampradaya. Okay. Vishnu Swami. And Dvaita Advaita. Huh? Madhva is Dvaita Advaita. Dvaita Advaita philosophy belongs to whom? Actually, it is not Dvaita Advaita. It is Swabhavika Bheda Veda. It should be written like that. It is not Sri Sampradaya. Swabhavika Bheda Veda belongs to Nimbarkas. Nimbarka Kumara Sampradaya. Or otherwise, so Nimbarka Sampradaya. And Suddha Advaita philosophy is belonging to so Rudra Sampradaya. Or otherwise, so Vallabhacharya is coming, and also Vishnu Swami is there in that. Okay. Next, Vishishta Advaita philosophy is also known as, that is for the Sri Sampradaya. Ramanuja is coming in that. And Dvaita philosophy is Brahmaji is coming in this line, and Madhvacharya is coming. So Dvaita philosophy is that. Our is, when we are claiming ourselves as followers of Madhvacharya, but we don't take the Dvaita philosophy. We take Achintya Bheda Veda. Okay. So that's why they say that you are using our name, but doing other thing. So, but these are the four philosophies. So here, Dvaita, Advaita, I don't see any time actually. It's a Swabhavika Bheda Bheda. That is the general notation. Anytime, any books in general, they use this. I don't know why here Dvaita, Advaita they wrote. Dvaita means so Bheda, Advaita means Abheda. Swabhavika Bheda Bheda. Terminology is one way it is correct, but to usage they do Swabhavika Bheda Bheda. Okay. I want to make a question now. So what is that question? Use the fire example to demonstrate. So 50 marks you can do this. Even 2 marks also we need. So sometimes, yeah. So use this example to explain what? To explain the body, soul, all are different. Body, Jivatma, Paramatma, all are, and so on, so are different. For that, what? You should use the fire example. Okay, understood? 2 marks. Next, 42. Savabhuteshu chatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshetananya bhavena bhuteshviva tadatmatam. I request sometimes if I leave purports, you people study. Now, why I am leaving? Because basic philosophy only Prabhupada is explaining there. You can easily understand, and every line studying and once again doing that also, it will take time. That's why if you have any questions, you should ask also. It's not that every line is not covered here. So it's not possible actually. Next, that means a yogi should see the same soul in all manifestations for that exist in is a manifestation of different energies of the Supreme. In this way, the devotee should see all the living entities without distinction. That is the realization of the Supreme Soul. Now in the 42, what is explained? What? Evam sarvatmat paramatmanam pratakbhutam vibhavya Tasya sarva vastunam karanatvam layasthanatvam cha pashyedityah sarva bhuteshu iti. So, like this, what? Mumukshu, any person is desiring liberation, he has to understand Paramatma is different from the Jivatma, he is also different from the senses and body, senses of. Just press the side button. Okay, no problem. So, Paramatma is different from the Jivatma and also senses and subtle body and also Pradhana and so on. So that he has to understand Mumukshu, the person who is desiring. Then what he has to do? What he has to do? He has to see this Paramatma in Sarva Bhuteshu. In all the entities, he has to see this Paramatma. Like how he is the Sarva Bhuteshu cha Atmanam. Atmanam means he should take here as Paramatma. Sarva Bhuteshu. So Paramatmanam Pratakbhutam Vibhave Tasya Sarva Vastunam Karanatvam. He is the cause for all the things, and everything's are coming from him, and everything merges in him only. So that means he is the cause for everything, and also he is existing in everyone. Karanasyaiva karyatmatvam ityarthaha. And karyanamapi layasthanatvat karana rupatvam ityaha. Here what is said? Sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam sarva bhutani cha atmani. This is the yoga actually. Ashtanga. Yogi is not the yogis, what they see? Everything is in the Paramatma and Paramatma is in everything. Everything is in Paramatma and he is in everything. Everything is in Paramatma and also he is in everything, every individual. This is the thing he has to develop. This kind of vision he should develop, that in that time I saying na, so that his mind is destroyed, so mind is finished. So after that subtle linga deham is finished, in that 36 sloka I said. Then after that pratyagatma anubhavam he is getting na. That means what? He is seeing everywhere Paramatma and also so in the Paramatma everything. Okay, this point you should understand. Going or not? Already सब लोगों का Sarvabhuteshu cha Atma. Yogi should see the same soul in all manifestations. For all that exists is the manifestations of different energies of the Supreme. In this way, Ikshita Ananya Bhavena Bhuteshu cha Tadatmatam. Your Prabhupada writes TOT. Concept is not okay. Karanasyeva karyatmatvam karananamapi karanarupatvam. So karana, these are all karana, and is karya, effect. Karya is comprised of karanas. Karana, okay? These are karana. And in karyam also, in the karana also, karyam is there. See, you see here. This is milk. Milk is cause. Okay, curd is there. Curd is effect. In curd, milk is there or not? Milkness is there or not in the curd? If you take every particle of the curd, inside what is there? Milkness, protein is there or not? So that's why milkness is there in the cord. That means in the karyam, in karyam, what is there? Karana is there. Karana is there. Okay. Okay, it is clear. So that means what? In the living entities are the karya. All these bodies, different bodies. These are all the karya. In that, who is there? Paramatma. Yes. So that means Sarva Bhuteshu Atma. That means Paramatma. Sarva Bhuteshu Atma. This. You should see this. And also next, one more thing. Now you see milk example you take. Curd is there in the milk also. Curd is in milk. Yes or no? If curd is not there in the subtle form, why milk is giving curd? Then only milk can give the curd. If curd is not there in subtle way, in a invisible way in the milk, otherwise milk cannot produce curd. That's why. So karyam is in karana. Karyam is in karana. Karyam is in karana. So that means what? Now if you apply this, karyam is in karana, karanam. That means what? So in every living entity is karyam, is in what? Is in whom? Is in Paramatma. Okay, this kind of vision has to develop yogi. Then he should see Paramatma everywhere. This is the yogis yoga system. Brahma Jnanis are different. Jnanis, they are everywhere seeing the only Brahman. But yogis are seeing the Paramatma. Next, Swayonishu yatha jyotirekam yonishyatha jyotir yekam nana pratiyate yoninam gunavaishyamyat tathatma prakrutau sthitah. As fire is exhibited in different forms of wood, so under different conditions of the modes of material nature, the pure spirit soul manifests itself in different bodies. So Paramatma Pratidehavartina Nanatva Pratitihi Bhadra Abhadra Adi Pratitischa Navastavam Ityaha. Swayonishu Kasteshu Yatha Agnihi Gunavaishamyat finish? Dairya Hrasva Hrasvatva Vakri Marja Gandha Rupadi Bheda. So you will be seeing, so this Paramatma is developing that means is situated in the various bodies. This ant, elephant, donkey, cat, human being, in all these Paramatma is. So that's why, but maybe bodies are changing, but Paramatma is one only. Like you see, fire is one only, but if fire is coming from the wood, it will be looking red color. If fire is coming from the gas, LPG gas, it's looking the blue color. If fire is coming from the some other, so it will be looking in different colors. So, but everything is fire only. But maybe Paramatma is in various bodies, and maybe looks like differently. Paramatmanaha pratideha vartitvena nanatva pratitihi. So sometimes people are that means seeing the Paramatma in different ways, but actually he is Paramatma is one only. So that means he is in the dog body and Paramatma, and dog is biting and going. So it doesn't mean that means he is appearing in the dog body. He is also appearing in the elephant body. So, but one should not. So he is appearing differently in the elephant body, and that means elephant is doing the big things, and like that, it's a cat. He is always having the fear, and in that body he is. So he looks with the different bodies which are very differently functioning, but this is everything is one only, that is Paramatma. Like how fire is coming from the various fuels, and it may apparently so look differently, but actually that is one fire only. The same way you should take as one. So it is to be understood that the body is designated. Prakriti is an interaction of the three modes of material nature, and according to these modes, someone has a small body and someone has a very large body. For example, the fire in a big piece of wood appears very big, and in a stick, the fire appears small. Actually, the quality of fire is the same everywhere. But the manifestation of material nature is such that according to the fuel, the fire appears bigger and small. Similarly, the soul in the universal body, so although of the same quality, is different from the soul in the smaller body. So the small particles of the soul are just like sparks of larger soul. So the greatest soul is the super soul, but the super soul is so quantitatively different from the small soul. The super soul is described in the Vedic literature as the supplier of all necessities of the smaller soul. So here actually Prabhupada is also explaining. So where are the big bodies, small bodies, soul is there, but everything is having the, so soul means here you should take as Paramatma here. Atma means you should take as Paramatma. Paramatma is existing in the all the bodies, and it is one. Tata Atma Prakruto Sitaha. Atma means you should take here Paramatma. And Prabhupada is also explaining this. So Swamsha and Vibhinnamshas. These are all Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, are all the Swamshas of the Lord, and Jivatma is the Vibhinnamshas. So Tasmadimam Swam Prakrutim Daivim Sadasadatmikam Durvibhavyam Parabhavya Swarupena Vatishthate. Thus the yogi can be in the self-realized position after conquering the insurmountable spell of Maya, who presents herself as both the cause and effect of this material manifestation, and is therefore very difficult to understand. Tasmad imam swam prakritim daivim sadasatmikam durvibhavyam puna parabhavya swarupena avatishtate. Finally, what the yogi does, so he'll be seeing Paramatma everywhere. Okay, and like that he's conquering the Maya in this way. That means that yogi, so who separated himself from the subtle body, whose subtle body is finished, and he will be, so by the mercy of the Lord only, so he'll be seeing the Paramatma in every object, and also every object in Paramatma, like this. So whatever he did some bhakti, by the mercy of that Bhakti Maharani, so he is able to conquer the Maya and can be situated in this position. By okay, so like this, Lord only giving, even he left the bhakti, but he's giving. This kind of, because he's desiring, and yatha mam prapadyante tam sadaiva bhajamyam. He is desiring like that, he wants to see like that, he wants to see Lord like Paramatma only. Okay, you see that. No, he will not have any interest in anything. Like a mad person is not having any business. He will not think to start a business and earning money. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? Just let me finish final commentary. Acha. Tasmat, therefore, prakruteva nanatva darshayitritvat. So that means prakriti only. This body is due to prakriti. But in that, whoever is the cause, that means that person is Paramatma who is the cause of this. And nanatva darshayitritvat karanam iti tam jayet. So this manyness is due to what? Prakriti only. So the yogi has to conquer now that prakriti who is the cause for this manyness by seeing the Paramatma everywhere. So he is conquering this variegatedness, that is prakriti. That means who is cause for that variegatedness, that is prakriti. Swam siyam sopadhim ityardaha daivim karvamayim yadva daivasya vishno shaktin durvibhavya. So in this way, this daivi means you should take here as prakriti. So that is daivi hesha gunamayi mamamaya duratyaya mamevaye prapadyante mayametam tarantite. So ultimately he is controlling here daivi. Daivi means prakriti. Iti bhagavaduktaiva jitva. So that means bhagavad uktaiva. That means this is the Lord saying by this jitva. That means he is conquering. Swarupena avruta chaitanya rupena avatishtate. That means so he is given with the chaitanyam. So swarupa given means so he is seeing all the time. So whatever swarupa he is, salokya samipya sarsh, something will be given to him, and in that he is situated and is seeing the. So or otherwise he is getting the Sayuja Mukti also. So sometimes. So whatever that differences, those once again this yogi is getting the various kinds of liberations. Those are explained in the Sarartha Varshini in the Bhagavad Gita commentary 7th chapter. If you study, you will get those. So you can cover from there. If you want, you can see that. Sorry. So Sarupena Avrita Chaitanya Rupena Avatishtate. Like this, you will be Sarupena Avatishtate. Just finally yogi thinks like this. So you understood finally how the chapter went, whole chapter. So after that, what I said, that means he will be Jivan Mukta. So 38 and 39 is explaining about the Jivan Mukta. 37 and 38, I think. Yeah, 37 and 38 Jivan Mukta. That means after the coming 36, we are seeing that Jivatma is separated from the subtle body. Subtle body is destroyed. Jivatma is situated in Swarupa. And what kind of Swarupa is explained now. That means after that. So he will be Jivan Mukta. He is completely so liberated. And he will be getting the karma. That means results of the karma, whatever pending is there by the will of the Lord. So once it is finished, and he will be completely so living that physical body also. Then how he is seeing, so he is seeing Paramatma everywhere. How it is happening, that is explained. So in generally, in unintelligent people, they see everything as one. So like examples are given, 2 examples. Parent, so father is thinking about the son and the wealth as his own, but actually they are different. And also second example is given, 5 example to show the differences between the Atma, Paramatma, and senses, body, and the Pradhana. So example is given like here. Actually, Mumukshu, whoever wants to desire to get the liberation, they should see the difference. And finally, yogi is developing what kind of Chaitana? That means he is seeing everywhere Paramatma. Paramatma is in everywhere and everything is in Paramatma. Okay. So you have to write. So write the question that explain the how a yogi gets the liberation. Sarupena avatishtate. So based upon the chapter 28, 28th chapter, 15 marks. Write the every line. Every line means don't make such a big. So make the 15 solid points and 20, you make 20 points and nice points, which are required points. Connection is not missing, but not bogus points. राइटिंग नंबर एंड कुछ भी लिख देंगे बस. Huh? So how you understood now? This process is, so is the Bhakti Misra Yoga, you understood now? This is Bhakti Misra Yoga, how it became. Yoga system is the main, but here Bhakti is used as Anga. Yes, you understood? This is the Bhakti Misra Yoga.
Which kind of Swarupa and Avastha? Because the Swarupa of soul is different. But there he is only getting this Swarupa of Atma and Paramatma, this kind of, not the real Swarupa of the Jiva.
Swarupa means as much if you get association of the devotees. So based upon association, you will be getting the particular position actually. You are in the Vaikunta, there also you can go to the Goloka. So in not this case actually, just saying. Swarupa means it's not the just fixed. So that's a spiritual identity is given to you based upon you are developing the relations. So you may be initially in the Vaikunta, then if you get the association of some devotees, then you can go to the Goloka also from there. You're understanding? Swarupa means, so your relation with the Lord. So he is developing this kind of relation. He is seeing the Paramatma everywhere. And this person, if come in touch with the bhaktas, then he can become devotee also. Chances are there. And then he will be changing his position, and he will becoming the devotee based upon association. That is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Everything is explained. All the varieties. 7th chapter actually. Any questions? Oh. No questions, that's why. Okay, Are, I didn't study this last purport. Why you are leaving? It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that the spell of Maya, which covers the knowledge of the living entity in insurmountable only. However, one who surrenders unto Krishna, the Supreme Personality, can conquer the insurmountable spell of Maya. Here also it is stated that Daivi Prakriti are the external energy of the Supreme Lord. Is Duryubhavya, very difficult to understand and very difficult to conquer. One must however conquer this insurmountable spell of Maya, and this is possible by the grace of the Lord. Even in the case of the yogi also, that Lord is giving this kind of ability to Jivatma. So it is also stated here, Swarupena Avatishtate. Swarupa means that one has to know that he is not the supreme soul, but rather part and parcel of the supreme soul. That is self-relation. To think falsely that one is supreme soul, and that one is all pervading is not Swarupa. Is not his Swarupa. Swarupa, Prabhupada is saying that here, one who is understanding he is a part and parcel of the Lord. This is, and you can develop even more. Just understanding yourself as a part and parcel is basic. That's a part of the Swarupa only. But you are the servant, you are the parent, or you are the lover. So that's based upon the association you'll be developing eternally with you. That's why it is becoming as your Swarupa. Because by doing devotion, whatever the relation you are going to develop, that will be the eternal to you. So this is not realization of his actual position. The real position is that one is part and parcel. It is recommended here that one remain in that position of actual self-relation. In Bhagavad Gita, this understanding is defined as Brahman relation. After Brahman relation, one can engage in the activities of Brahman. As long as one is not self-realized, he engages activities based upon the false identification with the body. When one is situated in the real self, then the activities of Brahman realization begin. So Mayavadi philosophers say that after Brahman realization, all activities stop, but that is not actually so. If the soul is so active in the abnormal condition existing under the covering of the matter, how can one deny its activity one free? Prabhupada, what he is saying here, so actual our engagement, our realization, so starts by identifying oneself as soul, not by the body actually. So by understanding oneself as body, so he cannot connect himself with the Supreme. So Mayavadi philosophers say that after Brahman realization, all activities stop. Prabhupada is saying that, so after realizing the Brahman, Mayavadi say that everything is stop. But Prabhupada is saying, on the top of Brahman realization, there is even few other realizations are there, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So their activities are not stopped, they are continued. If the soul is so active in its normal condition, existing under the covering of the matter, how can one deny its activity when free? An example may be cited here. If a man is diseased condition is very active, if a man in a diseased condition is very active, how can one imagine that? So is that, imagine that when he is free from the disease will be inactive. So Prabhupada is writing very nice example. He is saying, Mayavadis, they say, that means Mayavadis means Advaitins. So they say that, so in this material condition, they are active, but when they liberated, they are inactive. So, but Prabhupada is saying, if that means material condition means diseased state. If soul is in the disease stage, it is active, how it can be inactive in the, well, the healthy stage? This is a counter argument he is giving. Naturally, the conclusion is that when one is free from the all diseases, his activities are pure. It may be said that the activities of Brahman relation are different from those of the conditional life, but that doesn't stop activity. So that's why in the liberation means activities are not stopped. This is indicated in the Bhagavad Gita. But in the Brahman realization, activities are not will be there. But if you go on the top of Brahman relation, Paramatma, and so next Bhagavan relation is there, their activities are not stopped. This is indicated in the Bhagavad Gita. After one realizes oneself to be Brahman, devotional service begins. Mad bhaktim labate param. After Brahman realization, one can engage in the devotional service of the Lord. Therefore, devotional service of the Lord is activity in Brahman realization. So Prabhupada is saying Brahman realization means here, not the just merging into Brahman is saying. Brahman realization means his intention is what? So realizing spirituality, Swarupa. That means real identity. This is the understanding of Brahman relation. Prabhupada, in that sense, is using this word, Brahman relation. But if you go to the Brahman relation, original Brahman relation, there active soul will be inactive only. Inactive means it is not doing any activity. But here Prabhupada is saying Brahman relation and still also saying active means Brahman relation word he is taking in the sense of spiritual realization, material realization and spiritual realization. So in the spiritual realization, that means, so which is highest? Realizing the Bhagavan. Their activities are there. So for those who engage in the devotional service, there is no spell of Maya, and their situation is all perfect. The duty of the living entity as part and parcel of the whole is to render devotional service to the whole. That is the ultimate perfection of life. So ultimately, Prabhupada is bringing the concept of, so Jivatma is a servant of the Lord. So, and in the inside, many details sometimes are omitted, so that it doesn't mean that so we should not take in another way. So just we are discussing here in our classes just to make you clear the things. And Prabhupada is trying to just come to the explain the most of the time with the sense of the bhakti. So that is the thing we are seeing some understanding we should have here. The Agenda Bhaktivedanta purports of the third canto, 28th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Lord Kapila's instructions on the execution of devotional service. Thank you very much.